Here we are looking at the Yes 2020, and you can see it's got that powder hole, and it's also got camber leading to powder hole, and maybe even a little, like early rise camrock, but I think it's just camber to powder hole. And I've ridden the, I think it's the 150 or something like that on a powder day at Mount Rose, and it was pretty fun, but it was kind of weird, and I was curious to see what a bigger board would ride like on groomers. And so I took this out today, paired it up with Burton Cartel, which is a binding I know and really well, and I'm really familiar with. I've ridden hundreds upon hundreds of days with this binding. And then my old Burton AMB boots that I really like, that are a nice like mid-flexing boot. So it paired up really well with this. And the first thing that I was really surprised about is you can see kind of like where the bindings are on this board. There is a lot of space between heel and toe and edge. And it really, it was really wide. And so I thought it was going to be a super slow turner. And it is a slow turner, but it's a fast learner. It's nowhere near as slow as I thought it would be, and it turns much faster than I thought it would be with a kind of a medium response binding. And I could rail it edge to edge really quick. Edge hold, not that great. It's really only good for like medium to soft and powder. It's not really a board I'd like to be out on hard, and the few hard patches I got it in, I really didn't like it. I really didn't feel comfortable and stable. I had to slow down, and I had a couple of those like slips where normally with most Yes boards I just feel like a really confident feel. The edge just feels like it's holding in almost all conditions you want to ride. Where this would be more of a good conditions only kind of board. One thing I noticed is with the powder hole is when you got out and you started buttering on your, on your nose and tail, I really did feel the powder hole. It would kind of feel normal, and then you kind of transition into this. It felt weird, but it's very doable, and it's something you get used to. But initially, it's just not something I like. And if you really like buttering and pressing and playing around, then you're not going to like this. But hey, this is what this board is really made for: engaging this powder hole into some deep powder and taking a skate, centered stance approach to snowboarding. And it's got a ton of volume in it for its size. This 154 just probably has more volume than most 164s. It's floaty and it's playful. I was really surprised at how well it rode in groomers. I thought it was going to be kind of a shit show and a nightmare, but I ended up having fun. I could rail some turns, hit a kicker or two. I didn't feel confident enough to take it in the pipe, especially coming off an injury right now. So I'm just starting to heal up and feel normal. So I didn't really have the confidence to go hit it in the pipe with such a wide, wide feel. I usually like a narrower board in there. But, it pops well. It's butterable, but it's weird with the powder hole. But all in all, it was fun. I didn't feel anywhere near as awkward as I did the first time I rode this. And I think it's because I had the larger size, and it was more like ideal for my stance width. I set it up at 23 wide, duck, obviously, negative 15, and felt really good. I'm impressed with 2020, and I think it's definitely not for everybody, but for those who want just a really floaty powder twin that can also handle some good conditions riding here and there, maybe even carve up regular and switch some soft snow. This can work.